Hi, I'm Ed Stetzer. I'm here with Scott Campbell, and we're actually filming at Notre Dame de la Garde, which overlooks the city of Marseille in the background. Scott, thank you so much for coming and talking to us just for a few minutes.
No problem.
We appreciate it. Scott, you work here and live in Marseille, and you're part of a team of people seeking to plant churches. And you look behind this idyllic setting, and you know, why would people need churches in a place like this? Are they satisfied with what they have? What are you trying to bring to them?
Well, Marseille is only about 0.6% evangelical.
Wow.
And there's a strong Catholic influence, but even they aren't very practicing. And there's also an enormous Muslim population here too. And really, the evangelical church is just it's suffering. It's not growing.
This is a place where, unlike some other places, you've got this where the Reformation never took hold. This is not far from Avignon. This is very heavily Catholic. The Reformation never took hold, and there's not necessarily this openness. It's not even post-Christian. It's just secular and post-Catholic. What does that mean for church planting? What's it like to plant a church here?
It's difficult because you do have so many walls. First of all, because we're American. Right. Second of all, because we are evangelical. Right. Third of all, because we're different. We're not one of them. Right. And so it makes it difficult. There's a lot of challenges to overcome, and really, I think the only way that we can overcome those is really through relationship and meeting these people and connecting on a personal level.
That takes time. Absolutely. And you and Montana have been here now. You're coming up on a second term. And 3 years, yeah. and before that in Paris, and so you've got a long-term commitment to the people of France. That's so encouraging to see. Do you see signs of hope, signs of opportunity? What makes you stay, and what do you see for the future?
Well, when you talk to a university student, you ask them who has a spiritual influence in life. If they have one, they'd say it is their grandmother, right? And that their whole parents' generation has just turned their back on God. And I think that those younger people are now coming to a point in their life where their parents are retiring, and they're starting to ask themselves, is this all it's about? Yeah. Is this what life is all about? To live your life, retire, and die. Yeah. And so I think among that younger university age, the 20s, they're starting to ask those kind of spiritual questions because their parents didn't. Neat. And so I think that is a shine.
That's some opportunity.
Gives us some hope, yeah.
Some opportunity. What would you say? You know, we've got a group of pastors, lay people, church leaders here. What would you say to others who might watch this video? How can they get involved in Marseille to really make a difference, plant churches, plant the gospel, and see this community changed by the power of the gospel?
I mean, there's so many ways. One is coming over, praying for the city, getting involved in the ministry we're doing. But even more than that, really what I'd like to see is to get professional people in the States, lawyers, doctors, architects, teachers, to connect with people over here, and that they build that relationship, and that they be missional from the U.S. With the people here, and maybe take a trip over here and for continuing education, and maybe they can build that relationship. You know, with the internet nowadays, with Facebook and IMing and email, it's limitless, the opportunities to connect. And
they can do that also through skybridgecommunity.org, which kind of assists professionals to make that connection. And really, you know, it's not just, the mission is not owned just by pastors and organized churches, but ordinary people, God's people. You mentioned lawyers and professionals, and one of the unique things about Marseille is this is the largest independent documentary film festival here every year, and just coming up soon. And so film and the arts are very big in Marseille. What are some ways that churches that are passionate about the arts and film can engage here in Marseille?
Well, the first thing they do is they could film a documentary and then submit it. Yeah. Now, my wife and another lady on the team, they both have film backgrounds, and they have started a Women in Film Association in Marseille. Right. And part of their goal is to meet the people in Marseille, and they're filming a documentary right now that they want to enter next year in the film festival. And so really, I think if any kind of connection they can make with our team on that, if they want to enter a film in that, they can contact us, and we would help them work through that process, and would love to have them come and just be involved in what we're doing.
The best way through skybridgecommunity.org?
Skybridgecommunity.org.
Good deal. Well, we appreciate so much you taking time, and thank you for you, Montana, your family's commitment, coming a third term now coming up, and serving here the people of France. And for many people, I think, well, is that a mission field? And the answer is people need Jesus here, and there's not a strong evangelical witness. You bet it is, and thank you for coming and serving here and being with us today.
Thank you, Ed. Thanks.